Hello students, in today's lesson we'll be covering up the topic of sets. To know what a sets are, a set is basically a collection of well-defined or distinct objects. Let's have a look at an example, a collection of fruits. All of these particular objects are distinct from one another. To know what an element of a set are, an element is basically a member of the set or the object present within a set. To know what kinds of sets there are, you should know what an empty set is. An empty set is basically a set that has no element. For more clarity, let's have a look at an example, a set of even numbers between 2 and 4. There does not exist an even number between 2 and 4, and hence is an example of an empty set or a null set. And they're represented within open curly brackets and no element listed within them, or a zero sign with a cross sign over it. An empty set, however, it should be remembered, is not equal to a set containing an element 0, because an element 0 represents a set of a whole number less than 1. A singleton set, in other words, are sets with just one element present. To know, for more understanding, let's have a look at an example. A P, set P, is a set of even prime numbers, and the only prime number listed is 2. And the total number of elements present is 1. So the number of elements present for set P is 1. Finite sets are sets in which you can count the number of elements. For example, over here, in set A, the first 10 natural numbers, you can easily count the numbers from element 1 up to element 10. And the total number of elements in set A is equal to 10. However, for infinite sets, the elements are uncountable. So therefore, let's have a look at an example. For example, set P is a set of prime numbers, but it does not indicate up to which particular prime number. Therefore, the series of dots denote that it is a set of prime numbers that is uncountable. It is an infinite set. To know what equal sets are, it's pretty self-explanatory what equal means. However, to know it by definition or by an example, you should remember that two sets should share or have equal elements or equivalent elements, the same number of elements. For example, set A has element 3, 4, 5 and 6, and set B has elements 6, 5, 4 and 3. Even though the order of the element is different from one another, but they are the same. They're sharing the same common element. So therefore, it is set A equal to set B. To know what an equivalent set are, the number of elements should be equal to the number of elements in set B. In this particular set, you need to look at or count the number of elements present. So if you look at the example, set A has 4 elements, set B has also 4 elements. So therefore, they're known as equivalent sets. Some commonly used sets are listed down below. What does N represent? Set of natural numbers. Z representing a set of integers. E representing a set of even numbers, and so forth. Something that you might want to hold on to and remember. To know what a subset is, always remember that if every element of set A is present within an element of set B, then it is a subset. And it is usually denoted with this particular symbol. Let's have a look at an example for better understanding. A universal set representing 10 natural numbers, set A with multiples of 4 to 10, set B having composite numbers to 10. These sets can be listed as universal sets containing elements from 1 to 10, and set A having elements from 4 to 8, and set B from 4, 6, 8, 9 and 10. To know if A or B is a subset, and which would be a subset of which set, you compare the elements. You can see that elements 4 and 8 of set A are all present within set B. So therefore, A is a subset of B, and B, on the other hand, is a superset of A. And in order to represent on a Venn diagram, you remember the definition of a subset. It is where set A would have all the elements present within set B. So therefore, naturally, you draw set A within the Venn diagram of set B, and the two sets to be drawn within the universal Venn diagram. To know what a proper subset is, let's have a look at an example. Consider set A 1, 2, 3 and 4, set B having elements 2, 3 and 4. In this particular proper subset, you should always remember that there should be one element that does not exist in the particular set B. So therefore, A has only one element that is not present in set B. So therefore, B becomes a proper subset of A. To know what an improper subset is, you should know a subset which contains all the elements of the original set, which is an improper subset. Let A be 1, 2 and 3. And you have all these listed elements as proper subsets. But 1, 2 and 3 is an improper subset of A. And certain notes that you should hold on to and remember that a null set is a subset of every set. A subset which contains all elements of the original set is an improper subset. To know how to list a subset, there's a formula that the number of subsets equals to 2 to the power n, where the n represents the number of elements. Let's have a look at an example. Set A having elements 2, 4 and 6, and in order to know what the total number of subsets could be, you will use the formula 2 to the power n. Now in this case, n would represent 3. Why? Because there are only 3 elements present, 2, 4 and 6. So naturally, 2 to the power 3 would become 8, and there are 8 subsets which can be formed. And this is just a way of listing the subsets as well. And certain notes that you should remember for future use. We hope this helped you in understanding what sets are. Thank you.